Alrighty, folks. Coming at you guys today with a state of the game breakdown. Been a little over a week since we got version 1.7, the new Hero Renna, the legacy map. It's been a ton of fun. We've been enjoying it every evening on the live streams. Wanted to discuss the state of the game as I did following the previous balance patch. Just talk about the new hero, the new map, the general game balance, some stuff I want to see, some stuff that needs improvements, and some stuff I've been enjoying. Let's get right into it. Got some Morn gameplay going on in the background. Morn in solo lane has felt like an absolute menace. I feel like I win solo lane every single time with Morn. Did he need the buffs? Did the items that he's building need the buffs? Probably not, but hey, he's got them. We're going to enjoy him. One of the highest win rate heroes in the game right now. Absolutely absurd. Morn, let me know your comments on Morn, let me know your thoughts on Morn in the comments. I'll let the rest of this game play out for you guys even after I finish this commentary because he's just crazy right now. He's truly crazy. Shout out Mandarin. I know he's a big Morn enjoyer, and what a good time to be a Morn enjoyer it is indeed. So let's hop right into it. First thing I wanted to discuss, the elephant in the room, Renna. She is a solid brawler mage. She is overtuned, just as every hero is on release. She's got crazy numbers associated with her. Check out my Renna spreadsheet video. I did a breakdown of her passive scaling and her damage output based on her passive stacks, comparing it to some of the other mid laners. She is blatantly overtuned. She is really strong right now, but she is a brawler mage. She has to get up close with that soulfire to get the damage out on people. She also has that shield augment on her soulfire, which just lets her win every trade for free if she's able to get in that range. But it is short range, high damage, brawler type, similar to Countess or Morgesh. She can easily be outranged and stuff like that. So a very strong kit, you know, a mez and execute, a heal, all wrapped up in one, a teleport on her ult. While it can be countered easily or shut down while she's channeling it, it's still a very strong ult. She can stasis during it too as well. So a lot of tools in Renna's kit. Gonna get tuned down. We'll see how she comes out of the first round of nerfs. Builds wise on her, I did discuss some build ideas in the spreadsheet video. Check out the later half of that spreadsheet video for a better, longer build discussion. I've been seeing a lot of people build entropy on her. First item, keep in mind, yes, her damage comes out in multiple ability hits, but when you're building entropy first item, it's adding 5 to 6 damage per ability hit, and you're sacrificing building a mana sustain item, or building lifesteal early, or building pin. 6 to 10 pin is going to add as much damage as entropy adds because the damage is coming out in ticks. So, you're welcome to build entropy first. Don't take my word for it. Build how you want to build, play how you want to play. I'm saying keep in mind some of this stuff. Entropy is a good item on her, but maybe not go at first, unless you're just willing to sacrifice that tempo, and then that's up to you. Please keep building entropy when you mirror match me, and then, we'll see how it goes, right? I have a pretty good idea of how it's going to pan out, though. She is also, like I said, compared to the other mids, you can see in the spreadsheet video she does massive damage, but she's also very viable in support. I've been using the extra gold gain and mana health restore augment on her in support. Feels very nice to be able to just stay in lane for a super long time, cover your carry when they're backing, be able to shoot that long range mez and set up for your carry. Just try not to steal too many kills with the execute of the torn space if you're throwing that. Don't throw it on the minion wave and stuff like that and steal your carry's kills. But a very viable support. Being in duo lane is nice too. You can go contest the Fang fights easily. You can ult over the Fang fights and absolutely shut them down once that point in the game comes around. And you'll scale up. You'll outscale the other support guaranteed with her passive being very strong. So, will she remain viable in support, or is she just viable in support now because she's overtuned? That remains to be seen. We'll see after the first round of nerfs on her. Returning to the mid lane discussion, keep in mind, I don't think this hero is as overpowered nearly as Yuri was on release. This hero is counterable. She does have poor range. Gadget is an absolute hard counter to her. That's one of the reasons we've been seeing Gadget's win rate actually rise during this patch, despite Gadget nor the items she's building receiving any buffs. Gadget's win rate is rising because people are realizing they can play her consistently into Renna and beat her. I think I've beat every Renna I've played against as Gadget Just has the perfect hard counter kit. Stay outside of her range, scale up better than her late game, and just have a lot of fun doing a ton of damage. Another couple counters you can go for. Wraith in the same department as Gadget. You're going to outrange her. You're going to scale up to do massive damage. But I get it. Wraith is hard to use. A lot of people have a hard time finding good value with him because you have to be hitting those knock-knocks consistently, and he has slow clear early, so I get it if you're not a big Wraith fan. You can stick to Gadget and outrange her. You can also beat her with the other brawler mid laners. You can beat her with Count or Mori. Play inside of that range that she wants to play in to get Soulfire damage on, and just try to out-heal her and just try to out-damage her. Count Mori's ult can shut her down pretty well as well. And then finally, Belica is the last counter I want to mention, because if you're playing inside of auto attack range of Belica, you're probably taking huge damage. And if you're positioning well with Belica, you can play inside of auto attack range, but outside of Renna's Soulfire range, and get that massive auto attack damage out with relative safety. So let me know your thoughts on Renna below. Let me know your thoughts on Renna on the spreadsheet video. There's been a lot of discussion in those comments already. You can probably find someone who has a similar opinion to you in those comments. But just let me know. Come out live as well if you want to recommend some Renna builds or see me play Renna live. She's been a ton of fun. She is blatantly overtuned. We'll see how she does after the first round of nerfs. I think people will get used to playing against her. She's just a little too strong right now, but we kind of knew that was coming, right? Second big elephant in the room, the gameplay that you're seeing in the background, and probably the only thing you've been seeing me play since it came out, is the Legacy map. I think I've played less than 5 games on the old map since Legacy got released, and probably 60, 70 plus games on the Legacy map, maybe even more than that. It's all I've been playing. Because it's just more MOBA. It's more MOBA. Why would I not play it? If I go back to the old map, I feel like I'm going to be right back in the cycle of complaining that we got rotated on too fast, that the jungler just went from solo lane to duo lane in like a minute. It's just crazy. Legacy was the map we needed. It's still not without its flaws, but it is a great fun map, and it's more MOBA, which is what we're all about. All the MOBA enjoyers are very happy to continue playing on Legacy. It's just been great, man. The longer lanes make pushing feel like a risk-reward scenario. It takes a long time to push up a lane. They've got jump pads to get back onto you quick. You're going to be way overextended and vulnerable to rotates if you do push a lane very far. So the longer lanes feel good. Love the risk and reward there. The winding jungle is nice. The fact that it's sunken is nice. It makes rotations slower. It takes longer for the mid laner to pop out in like solo lane or duo lane, and if they do, you kind of know where they're going to be coming from because the paths are limited in these choke points. So I feel like that's all very nice and tight and balanced. It's fun. It's more MOBA-like. It's more isolating in the lanes. You get a better, longer laning phase, which I'm a huge fan of. There's great verticality in the map too, naturally, with the sunken jungle, the way you have to come out of jungle. If you want to catch those sneaky paths, the way you can drop into jungle. If you're trying to escape, where you can tuck around corners. There's the risen middle part of duo lane, which is really nice. The duo platform is fun to fight around, adds a lot of verticality in just the laning phase itself. Then you've also got like the verticality above Fangtooth. Those two big walkways around and arches over top of the Fangtooth fights are fun to play around. You've got just also the crazy tall verticality in mid lane. You could easily hide in or do some crazy plays off of. It's just fun. I like the gold and cyans being sunken down in there as well. It was kind of like that on the old map, but now it's just even more isolating to go for those gold and cyans. You're really trapped in there if the jungler wants to come in and trap you when you're going for them. So big fan of the verticality and the vertical gameplay on the old map, or new map in this case. The orb pit, I really like the orb pit being over there. The orb pit's huge, but it's also very hidden, so it makes it to where if you're going to maybe sneak some early mini primes, you're most likely not going to get detected, or it's at least a risk and reward of, can I get this in time before I do get detected? Because if I get detected, I am trapped in this pit if they corner me. But it is also a bigger, more fun, large pit to fight in if you end up with like a 4v4 fight going on around orb. It's really fun to just have everybody get down in that pit and just fight it out. It's Makes for some crazy situations, but I do like that it's hidden over there. There's really less orb fights overall going on because the laning phase is longer, and we're actually playing more of a MOBA now. So all of that's great. Because it's been more like a MOBA, it means it's all I'm playing. Like I said, MOBA enjoyers very happy with this one. Thanks, Ometa, for at least sorting this situation out for us, because although there's not ranked in it, and as much as fun as it is to climb ranked and say, oh look, I made it to this rank, or to say, okay, at least the teams are somewhat more balanced because everybody's in the same ranked range, it's more fun to play a MOBA. So that's what we're playing. We're going to keep enjoying Legacy. Hope everybody else has been as well. I think since I've only been playing Legacy, the next tier list that I put out, which should be later this week or maybe early next week, because I do have a busy weekend. Hopefully I can get it out by this weekend, but if not, then like Sunday, Monday, will be a Legacy-specific tier list, because there are heroes that do a little bit differently on this map than the old map, given the verticality situation. So, Legacy-specific tier list on the way, coming soon. Let me know your thoughts on Legacy down below. It's not perfect by any means. There definitely is some terrain issues and some issues with stuff clipping you and getting caught on walls and all that kind of stuff. I'm sure they'll tighten it down if they want to, or maybe they won't. Maybe they'll just leave it as it is. Either way, we're going to keep enjoying it. That's all I wanted to talk about for Legacy. Like I said, let me know your thoughts down below. The final big point I wanted to hit was general game balance. How has the game been balanced since 1.7 has come out? What are the heroes, like, are there standout heroes, are there standout items? What's been going on? Generally, I think the balance is quite decent right now. I mean, we've had much more unbalanced game states before. They've really tightened it down in the last couple balance patches and big patches, bringing all the heroes into decent viability. All the items have their niches, and I think it's in a good state. Tanks do still feel tanky, especially the full tanks. When you're building, Steel full tank, Morin, Richter, full health and armor, they do still feel very tanky, but the overall meta is a damage and burst heavy meta. You're really getting, especially in 2v1 situations or 3v2 situations, you're really getting in spots where you can get insta-killed, essentially. One CC, one good hard CC, and then a couple ability combos on you, and you will instantly get deleted. That's fine if that's how the meta wants to go. It is just a nice heavy damage burst-based meta right now. Damage junglers, to that token, damage junglers and damage supports have been doing well right now. The junglers that are basically functioning like assassins, thinking about Yuri, Kalari, have been performing well. The supports that are dealing big damage, or at least have the option to deal big damage, like Decker, Muriel, those kind of ranged supports, are doing very well right now. Better than they were, at least on the new map, just because you're in more of that isolation fights a lot of the time. And then Bruisers are doing well, but really only because of healing. Bruisers do well because you're dealing big damage as the Bruiser, and you're healing off of that damage. That's the only way they're able to make it work in the damage heavy meta that we're in. So Bruisers, while they are decent, those big health Bruiser damage output builds, I'm thinking about Chimera, I'm thinking about Greystone Bruiser, Grux, stuff like that, they are doing well, but it's really just because they're able to heal off of the huge damage that they're doing. If you're building massively tanky and not dealing enough damage to heal off of, it can be kind of hard. You're not really considered that big of a threat. They're going to find somebody else to target the majority of the time. So that's the general meta balance. Some things that I'm really not that big a fan of that are still going on. Healing, like I just mentioned, healing is still too strong relative to anti-heal, or you could just say anti-heal is too weak. Building anti-heal items against that hero that's just healing just unstoppably doesn't feel like it does anything until you don't build anti-heal, and then their healing is truly unstoppable. So you're forced to build anti-heal against these big damage healers, and then you're just really it's just to kind of get them to a somewhat reasonable point, and even then it feels like it's just not enough. So I don't really... I've addressed some potential solutions to anti-heal being improved before. You could make anti-heal items give less anti-healing, but you can make them stack. You can make the actual anti-heal portion on them stronger, maybe give them reduced stats to compensate for it. But building anti-heal, I think, needs to be more rewarding or punishing if you don't build your anti-heal, which certainly it is right now. Another thing that's still going on, towers. Oh my gosh, man. Towers, they do no damage. I mean, towers, truly, you will see the Grim, who's one level up on you with no health or armor items built, jump into your tower and take 3 tower shots while you're shooting them if they think they can get the kill on you. It's just ridiculous. The jungler, like if a Seraph comes out of jungle to dive you in duo lane under your tower, she's going to act like the tower's not even there because it's not going to hurt her at all. Towers just do no damage. They need to do more damage. It's simple as that. They need to scale up faster, they need to shoot faster or something. They just do no damage. I'm fine with him not doing damage. I get it to like the tank. If Richter dives under my tower and he's taking the tower shots while the Grim's diving me as well, maybe that's okay that he can survive 3-4 shots before he has to back out. But when you're seeing these full burst damage characters walk into towers like it's not even there and are happy to take 3 or 4 tower shots, it's not cool, man. I don't like it. I don't feel, towers do not make you feel safe in any role right now. So it is what it is. Towers need to do more damage, in my opinion. Let me know your thoughts on towers down below. Also, something I should have mentioned in the last State of the Game video, minions. The minion AI is still a little spotty. It definitely has a hard time detecting you. Directly autoing a minion and then watching it walk past you is not a great feeling, for sure. I've even had, I should have clipped it to put in here, I've even had in solo lane a minion walk through the T2 tower and go straight to the inhib while the T2 tower is still up. Stuff like that is just weird. The minion AI is spotty, to say the least. It definitely could use some improvements, or at least their vision could use some improvements. Should have mentioned that in the last State of the Game video, because it's just how it's been. We play around it, it's all good. But minion AI is definitely spotty. These type of things, the healing, the anti-heal, the tower damage, the minion AI, these are just things that we play around. It's just things that we have to deal with and play around because we want to continue to enjoy the game. Improving these would make our enjoyment of it easier or more consistent. Blinks, I guess, is another thing I should definitely throw in here. Blinks are still, the way that you get pulled out of blinks or canceled out of blinks or die through a blink, I don't know what their solution could be to that. There's a lot of ways you could go around it, but fixing the general like blink mechanics are kind of would be really nice, I guess, to say the least. So these are just things that we have to put up with, but we do enjoy playing the game, and we're going to continue to enjoy playing the game. But just some stuff to look at. Let me know your thoughts about these down below. Final couple points here. As far as hero balance, I think generally every hero is viable right now if you're good with them, especially. I think they've got the heroes tightened down to about some of the tightest they've ever been. There are still a couple outliers. I'm looking at Boris, I'm looking at Morn, these heroes that I felt like were already in a decent spot and they got buffs last patch mysteriously. I'm not really sure why those decisions were made, because it does make those type of heroes like Boris and Morn feel like clear outliers now when they weren't before. So, but generally every hero I think is viable. You could play any hero that you enjoy right now, find a niche, find some way to provide value for your team, which is really nice. Items as well are kind of in the same spot. They all have niches, they all are tightened down to a solid balance state. It does feel like there's some lack of diversity, particularly at roles like mid lane, where there's really only about 9-ish items that you're considering building on a game-to-game basis, and you're building 6 items every game, so it's not really like there's that much diversity there. Tanks kind of in the same way. You know that if you're building full tank support, there's only 10-ish, there's maybe like 4 magical, 4 physical armor items that you're really picking between, and you're just mixing and matching those. So some more item diversity I hope we do get in the future, but overall I think the balance right now is pretty tight. So that's all I've got for you guys today. I'll let the rest of this Morn game play out at least until I pull the scoreboard up so you can see what was going on. You've probably already realized our Renna was going absolutely insane. No surprises there, right? Perfectly well balanced and healthy for the game hero that is playtester approved, right? But I'll let this play out. Morn, let me know your thoughts on him. He's basically unstoppable in solo lane, regardless of the matchup. Except Countess. Countess is like the only counter to him. Let me know your thoughts on Legacy. Let me know your thoughts on Renna down below. Check out the Renna spreadsheet video. A lot of helpful information in there for aspiring Renna players or people who want to deal with Renna. At least, even if she does get nerfed, you'll get to see the insane release state that she's in and go into the comments on that one and make an argument for how she's balanced right now. I'd love to hear it. There's probably already someone who's made that argument and already a response to that comment by a few people on that video. So check that one out. Come catch us live. Recommend some builds for me to try out. Recommend some heroes for me to try out. We'll try them out live and discuss them. Come out live, talk about the meta with us. We've been having a ton of fun with the goons pretty much every evening, enjoying Pred on the Legacy map. It's been a great time. Thanks for stopping by for this one. And just keep enjoying Pred, folks. Keep enjoying Pred.